Welcome to the third episode of Book Bites, Personal Growth, Mind and Body, the podcast series where I get to share my passion for reading and food. Book Bites, get it? Book Bites is a podcast for those who aspire to become a better leader, a better parent, a better version of themselves. This podcast is designed to inspire growth and impact so you can create your best year ever. This is primarily a business and self-development podcast. Episodes range from leadership, entrepreneurship, health, mindset, relationships, and so on. I'm your host, Laura. In today's episode, I will distill the key ideas and takeaways from our February book, which is Why We Read 70 Writers on Non-Fiction by Josephine Graywood, and turn them into nuggets of wisdom and actions while snacking at the same time. Next to me is my favorite beverage, which is coffee with a packet of rice crackers. Overall rating, 3 out of 5 stars. Quick and very easy to read, consists of a list of essays from a wide variety of prominent authors. I have selected a few of my favorites because I totally agree with their viewpoints. 1. Milo Beckman, author of Math Without Numbers, described how reading non-fiction allowed him to live several decades of vicarious experience in a matter of weeks. He would sit down, lose hours to a good text, reading and rereading, underlining and highlighting and translating. There's also a certain beauty to this sort of information-dense non-fiction. 2. Claire Carlisle, author of Philosopher of the Heart, illustrates how without moving you can go to another city, another landscape, maybe another century. If you are reading a biography, you are meeting another human being and you will know that person, at least a little bit, for the rest of your life. Whatever book you are reading, you get to rest for a while in the author's mind and share their unique way of looking at things and putting them together. 3. Thomas Halliday, author of Other Lands, read non-fiction with the simple aim of learning new facts. Where fiction, however, is a mirror reflecting the internal world of emotions and thought, non-fiction is a lens that looks outwards. It is a lens that directs us toward the rest of the world and magnifies that which the author wants to show. In works of scientific non-fiction, the reader sees the everyday world in a new light, having revealed facets of reality, whether physical or biological, that our experiences lack. Histories and books on politics and social issues bring fresh views from people all over the world and throughout the time, from life experiences that you as the reader will never have, and contain just as many tales of love, loss, conflict, achievement, misunderstanding, and tragedy as a novel. 4. Lucy Jones, author of Losing Eden. She read first and foremost to make sense of the planet we inhabit. We are, as a species who are naturally curious, crave information beyond that which we require to meet our basic needs of survival. She reads to know more about love and fear, about ethics and aesthetics and metaphysics, to become more literate in emotions and psychology. She reads to laugh, to soothe her children and to herself. She wants to show her children that with a book in your hands, you can travel anywhere. Books are time machines made from trees, agents of transformation and illumination. 5. Ian Kershaw, author of Roller Coaster, lists down the following why we read. It begins with interest, the reason that lies behind every impulse to read. Illumination. In the case of non-fiction, the hope that reading will enlighten by casting new or further light on whatever issues has prompted the initial interest. Inspiration. Works of non-fiction can offer as much mental stimulation as a novel or a moving piece of poetry or prose. Imagination. Reading stirs the imaginative and creative powers, reinforce prejudice, broaden our views, modify our outlook, or amend our thoughts by causing us to reflect in new or changed ways. The words on the page compel us to use our imagination. Over time, that can change our perspective on life. Education. Reading is a wonderful gift for lifelong learning, to educate further, to extend our knowledge. Evaluation. Non-fiction works frequently contain footnotes or endnotes that provide the references for a text. Relaxation. Finally, reading just helps with overall peace before bedtime. 6. Veronica O'Kane, author of The Rag and Bone Shop, wraps it up nicely by arguing that only reading can provide this kind of brain satisfaction. One can now do so in minutes on a smartphone, what took months back then. But this is not reading. It is information gathering. Before we conclude this episode, the book I have selected to read for March month is called The Happiest Refugee by Undo. If you like this podcast, please make sure you subscribe to Book Bites and leave your review on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you are listening. It would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see the show notes, please go to bookbites.com.au for links to everything that was mentioned in this episode. I'm Laura. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.